Okay, so here is a portion of our project for the athletic and or artistic interface using dynamic time warping. So I thought it would be fun to have a Harry Potter theme, so that's what I did. But the way that this could be used is to kind of analyze a pitcher who's maybe swinging a bat or a tennis player who's swinging a tennis ball. You can put the microbit on the end of the tennis ball, or sorry, on the end of the tennis racket or on the end of the bat and analyze the gesture that they're making, and then based on what percentage of match it is to the proper gesture, you could give them feedback on how well they were doing their stroke. With even more advanced programming, instead of just saying a percentage of how well it matched, you could probably even tell them if their stroke was too slow, too powerful, so on. So for this project, I'm actually using two instances of Wekinator. So the first one handles the voice inputs. So you take in 13 voice inputs and send them to port 6448, and then this analyzes them to see how close your phrase was. So since we have the Harry Potter theme, I'm going to have a phrase in order for each of the gestures, but of course the last field is just supposed to represent when there's nothing. So that just kind of is the noise category for the category you should be getting if nothing is happening. So the first one here is Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. You can see it turns green when you say Wingardium Leviosa. Next one is Stupefy. 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 So you can see that's turning green. So those ones are good. You could potentially give your wizarding students feedback on how well they are saying the word and what percentage match is going to be displayed here in the green bar. And then for the gestural component is the second Wekinator, which just separately takes inputs from the accelerometer from a microbit. I have a microbit attached to a USB cable, but the microbit is taped to the end of a cylindrical roll of paper to kind of like give it that wand feel. I don't have a baseball bat, so it was easier to use a roll of paper that kind of looked like a wand than try to use something that was like a baseball bat. So the gestures here are swish and flick for Wingardium Leviosa. So you can see that that first green one right here is lighting up. And then for Stupefy, 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 Stupefy. So there, got my voice. So then you can do a circular movement, and it should detect that. You can see the middle green one is lighting up right here. Sometimes it's a little finicky and needs to be retrained, but that looks pretty good. So this way you could integrate the output from Wekinator, this percentage, and use it to provide feedback for the gestures.